Awesome to be back.
All right, baby. Man, this bar, it's like the energy in the bar. You know, it's
because
like
of the Nuggets,
Everyone's
baby.
excited for the Nuggets, dude. Basketball
let's
time.
What is everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go!
Presented by Miller Lite. Grab yourself a sixer, settle in, get cozy, because we have not one, not two, but three sports going on tonight.
baby.
in Denver. We've got Avs, we got Broncos, but most importantly of all, we've got the Denver Nuggets taking on the Portland Trailblazers. We're going to break that all down for you. We are in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. I got Brendan Vogt in the house.
Thought there was a brief moment where I thought you were going to say most importantly. We have Brendan Vogt in the house, but this is pretty emblematic of actually. The Broncos are playing. Luckily, we soundproofed our studio.
Yeah, luckily for us. Over here, Harrison Wind.
I can already tell this is going to be an incredible night at the bar.
Yeah?
I just walked in here 10 minutes ago. But Broncos just got a pick. We got Todd Davis, No Sean Moreno, Jarrell Casey over there. Nuggets, Blazers. You just have that feeling, man.
Yeah, dude, feel the electricity, dude.
Honestly, this bar has not been popping like this since the Nuggets playoffs, so it's kind of cool to see, man. The Broncos really have brought everybody back out. Superstar Dev rounds out the show.
Really, it is truly about vibes.
It really is.
And the vibes seem to be up. Nuggets are winning. Broncos are winning. Bars packed.
Can we get a three for today?
playoffs.
Can we get a three for?
3-4.
Oh my
we
God,
could.
we could use it, man.
We could.
More than ever. Nuggets are in Portland to take on the Trailblazers. They have a tanking strategy at the moment.
Yeah.
Win, what can you tell us about the Blazers?
The Blazers suck.
Yep, I had that same.
my first note.
18 on the season. They've lost 6 in a row, and 8 of their last 9.
Yep.
6 losses to the Mavs, Clippers, Jazz, Lakers, Spurs, and Suns.
But
Last
who did
6
they
games. They beat the Kings,
And before that,
the Rockets,
Dev,
and the Hawks.
Hold on. The Kings and the Rockets kind of play like Denver a little bit.
A
Is
little
there
bit.
something here?
There might be something here. Maybe they're not tanking. Maybe they just are not that good.
I
And
think it's
some
that's
nights they
possible,
have
yeah.
nights.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that might be it. That might
But
be it.
hopefully this is not a letdown spot for the Nuggets, because really you can't just look away from this type of team, and I think that's where you have to give the mindset of them being a tanking team. I don't think this is a tanking team. They will try to beat you. They will. So you have to play your game.
On the injury front for Denver, just really one injury we have to worry about. Christian Brown missed that last game with the low back strain. He is playing tonight. He will give it a go. I assume he'll be back in the starting lineup, but he will play. Dario Saric is still out.
Okay. Well, so no Dario tonight.
Oh, hang on. I got to adjust
Yeah,
everything.
adjust your
Hang on.
takes.
Just
Yeah.
adjust your rotations,
Throw
adjust
it
your
out.
predictions.
Throw it out.
For Portland, they had a couple injuries as well. Not seeing any final word on DeAndre Ayton. He was the big one that was questionable.
All right. Was there an ice storm?
I don't think it snowed in Portland yet this year.
Okay. Gotcha.
I haven't seen any reports of that. So
You look at this Blazers team, when I do this for the bad teams, I always want to go through the data and just see what it says. They're pretty bad at everything. 28th in offense, 26th in defense. So, again, that's not like there's one side you should be concerned about. If there's anything in their numbers that tell you anything, they're 5th in second chance points, which means two things. One, they have some guys that can rebound and go back up, but also they miss a lot of shots. So they're bad at first chance points, but 5th at second chance points, and they're 25th in opponent second chance points. So offensive boards may be hard to come by tonight.
You probably just stumbled on the key area. I mean, look, a basketball game is more than one thing, but a responsible performance from Denver includes good defensive rebounding, and this is the one thing they're maybe good at, and it's also the one way a team like this can stick around in a game, assuming you come out and play the way you want to for the most part. Second chance points are one way that Denver lets teams back into a game. So when I say responsible, first and foremost, everyone calls these trap games. Sure, Denver's actually better across the years than people realize at winning them, but you have to. That's how you make the playoffs every year, even when guys miss time, even when your team is searching for their identity. But then also, man, just keep it rolling. Like, you could win this game and people go, well, it's just the Blazers. Winning is contagious the same way losing is, and what Denver needs to get going, there's a lot to gain in just winning yet another game in a row. And you can say in the moment, well, it's just the Blazers, but it can be part of a bigger picture, which is everyone feeling better about doing their job in this system.
Christian Braun is starting again tonight. Not that I'm surprised by that, but I am curious if you guys think we will see Westbrook in that spot with the other 4 starters at all. Like, it was successful last game. Do you think they'll look to try to work that into their rotation?
I think a little bit, yeah. I think if you've got momentum going with Russell Westbrook, you want to ride that. And, like, Russell Westbrook, I've said this before, he's a great barometer for how the Nuggets are feeling as a team. Like, if he's playing well, if his spirits are high, if he's into a game, I feel pretty good about the Nuggets that night. So I hope they do. And I think we'll see a lot of Russell Westbrook tonight, especially against a team like Portland.
I think
the energy might be a little down. They might need that.
For sure. I think that with Russell Westbrook, first, Michael Malone has talked about, like, good things are happening when he's out there and he's playing with those specific guys. But if he's playing well with those guys, that gives you a stagger opportunity and someone that you could put with that second unit where it doesn't always have to be Russell Westbrook every single time. Right. He also brings a different pace than what Jamal brings. So you have like a thunder and lightning type of duo that you could put there. So I do like that, the being able to change it up at various times. But I think that this is something that we'll see because he is playing really well.
So the Nuggets have one 5-game win streak under their belt this year, and they're currently on a 3-game win streak. They have Portland tonight, then they go at New Orleans in their next game on Sunday, 3 days off, then you go to New Orleans. So there's a chance to, 2 winnable games they should be favored in. So there's a chance for them to get another streak going before you get into those tough Christmas Day games, which I just think, eye on the prize here. This is the chance for Denver to get some momentum that hopefully will carry them. And that brings me to the next question, which is, do the Denver Nuggets have momentum at this very moment? They have the 3 in a row. We're feeling good about, Murray came back. There's been some good games. Some guys are playing well. But then you get this long break, and that alone can mess with momentum. But in that break, there's trade rumors. And I wonder if the break and the fact that there's trade rumors at all halt momentum, Dev. What do you think?
I think that winning, answers, that piece because the noise is not as loud when you're winning because it's you guys. You're not, a part of the front office and those type of conversations. You look to the man to your left and the man to your right, and you say, we're playing the right way. So there is momentum for the Nuggets because it's not just that they're winning games, it's how they're winning. They're going back to their brand of basketball. They're going back to playing for one another. They're going back to it being a team aspect and not just one player going, Herculean every single night. So I do think that yes, there's momentum.
I think they definitely have momentum. And I mean, just a few nights ago we were talking about how that Jamal Murray game winner could be the game winner that gets him back on track. It could be that shot from that Blazers game a couple of years ago where he was officially back before that championship run. So I think yes and no. They do have momentum. Trade rumors are a real thing. I think they definitely get to guys. I don't see how, if you're Michael Porter Jr., you can't be cognizant of the trade rumors going around, even if they're not real. You got to see them. You got to be aware of them. It's impossible for them to block it out completely. So, yes, momentum, but I do think trade rumors are a real thing. I'm curious how MPJ handles himself for the next couple games.
And without speaking on stuff that's frankly not my business and I don't know a ton about, we know publicly that Porter's got a lot going on in his private life right now. I mean, the timing of this is suboptimal. He has always responded relatively well, I think, to this kind of adversity. He's been a very good soldier in Denver, but it's a lot. And so I think that's the one thing to track. I do think this team has momentum. That's one of the things about the untimeliness of those rumors is it just sort of felt like, 2 weeks ago, I get it. Right now, it just feels like it's not that you don't have those conversations, but if you could avoid having that out there at all, maybe there's value in that too. So that's its own conversation. I think the Nuggets on the court are
Well, we'll
heading in
have
the
that
right
one next.
direction. They're heading in the right direction.
I do think, though, that it is very possible that the Nuggets lose a little momentum from this because it is a disruption. Like, this is all about a team trying to coalesce, come together, get connected, and then in the middle of that, you have major trade stories that everybody sees. So I'm actually extra curious about how Mike looks tonight and just how the team's vibe in general is, because I also agree that I think they have momentum, but it's also entirely possible that this has been a distracting week for the Denver Nuggets. And it wasn't long ago. Was it 2.5 weeks, maybe 2 weeks only, that Jokic said, we can beat anyone, but we can lose to anyone too? These are the types of games he was talking about, and that's why I think tonight...
So was the Wizards game.
Well, that was right before that he
Yeah.
mentioned this. And I honestly think it's like, all right, 2 weeks ago, the Nuggets were a team that could lose to anyone. Are they still? I feel like tonight is sneaky important for us answering that because
I think so, too.
the Celtics, there's good teams. They're not losing to the Blazers. Are the Nuggets ready to be a team that's not losing to the Blazers?
Right. I mean, in their championship year, I feel like they overcame that. They shed that title. Like, they shed that label. Last year, I even don't remember them losing to a lot of teams like that either. This year's team obviously still has that label.
Anything else on it, Dev? Not really.
No.
I will bring us to our next topic here, which is, I know you guys did a full show yesterday on all these trades. You just said there's ways to do this so that maybe the rumors aren't out there in the open. But I'll push back. Who broke the story about the Nuggets wanting a trade?
Sam Amick.
Well, that's not usually somebody that's breaking trade stories.
No.
Usually that's Shams, Brian Windhorst. There's people out there. And yet this one comes from Sam Amick. When I look at this, whenever news comes out, you always wonder, like, all right, well, where's it coming from? What's this or that? And I look at that and I go, that's a non-news breaker breaking a news story saying the Nuggets are active looking for this player. And Sam Amick, a very close friend of one Mike Singer, who's been out in the front office. And I look at that and I go, I don't know this to be true, but it sure feels like that story was put out intentionally. Who puts out
wow.
trade rumors now?
Wow.
Why do you say wow? Who puts out trade rumors right now when there's no deal on the table and nothing happened on? Trade rumors don't just get out because it's like I have my this or that. Usually it's like, hey, we're interested in this or that or something happened.
Or like, this team's not going to give me a contract extension, trade me.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
that's it.
That's also a new thing for the Nuggets.
Back
Very
in
new.
Conspiracy
I'm
Corner.
trying, that's why it's called
I'm still in Conspiracy Corner, man.
Yeah, they are still there. But it really, I think that the timing also makes it like important. The Nuggets haven't had to deal with this type of noise, like at all before this. This is new, and then it being Amick like that changes things a bit more as well because that feels a bit more personal. Who's letting him in on this information? Why didn't the other people back it in the same ways? Especially with it, Shams would be the person that would be that would have that, or he's talking to agents and things like that. So yeah, this makes sense.
I mean, look, what I was trying to get at was if you cared about the health of the team in a virtuous
If that was your
kind of
highest priority.
Yes, thank you.
More the way I would put it, if that was the high priority.
Thank you. That's the best way of putting it. If that was your ultimate virtue, right? You would think maybe it doesn't need to get out there right now because we have momentum. In hypothetical theory we've laid out here in Conspiracy Corner, someone valuing their job, over that.
Maybe that's what it is. Who knows?
But no, to Dev's point though, like relatively new territory for the Nuggets. Just new stuff for us to be talking about on this show, in my opinion.
The broader point is just that most trades happen without a bunch unless it's like Jimmy Butler right now, that's out in the open. And again, that came through Shams, that was where it was very high profile that Shams was telling a report, then the agent gets involved in this or that. But some of these littler things, they just don't get out unless they were supposed to get out.
And a lot of trades, 99% of trades happen just like without any prior reporting.
Yep.
Like Thomas Bryant getting traded to the Pacers. That happened. There wasn't any inkling or any report from anybody that it was going to happen until it happened.
Yeah.
That's how 99% of trades happen. Most of trade talk is posturing.
Right.
Most of it is, I'm putting this out there for a reason. So when everything comes out, the first thing you have to think about is where is this coming from and who benefits with it being out there.
And here's one area where who benefits. Michael Porter is a very good player who has a big contract and a health history. If you're set on trying to trade him, one thing you can do is a lot of talks going on. A lot of guys want him, man. Like, we have options all over the league. There's a lot of different teams right now that we're pretty far along the line. So if anybody else wants to get in on this, just know there's 5 players that have been identified as a potential trade partner.
Can I go to another conspiracy corner?
Please.
The trade market for Zach LaVine hasn't exactly been very luscious over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Chicago's been wanting to trade this guy for a while.
Maybe it's Chicago's side. Maybe Chicago's saying, like, you know what, LaVine, he's out there.
They haven't gotten anybody to bite on Zach LaVine for years.
Yeah.
They see, the Nuggets, they've kind of struggled out of the gate a little bit. Jamal Murray, he's not all that. Michael Porter, he'd be a nice piece to build around. We might have some interest in that.
Right.
I mean, I think you bring up a good point, Adam, with I think it's the names that was out there as well. Like, it goes to show that he's not untouchable. Michael Porter Jr.
Sometimes you have to get that out there.
Because it is some of those names that you're like, that doesn't really match. But also it shows, like, I'm willing to talk to multiple teams. I'm also willing to deal in different ways. Here goes the type of players that we like. We'll throw a superstar name out there, quote unquote, but we also have different type of ideas. So it was very intentional.
I will
feel
say,
like, with the players.
Whoever's putting the reports out there, nobody's buying the interest in Jordan Poole. I'll just say that. So forget about that one
until he comes here.
Forget about that one. We can toss that one out. Nobody's buying that one.
Unless, Harrison, every GM and coach has a little bit of, man, when that guy comes into town, he sure kicks our ass a lot. Just saying.
One, yeah.
It might be a little bit of
But I think there's also, new front offices. Like, we remember this with Tim Conley when he first arrived, and it was almost like he didn't know what his style was. You almost have to go through trade deadlines to know this or that. And, Cal with the draft, or on Holmes, it was well known. Everything was out there. I know some people look at, do you just keep everything secret? Our MO is nobody knows what we're thinking. So we have a real, like, the Knicks. I've been told the Knicks front office, they're not allowed to be seen talking to anyone.
Yeah.
If they see you across
Even
the arena, the media, they see you across the arena talking to a person in the media, they just assume you're telling secrets.
Yeah.
And you're out. You're fine. It's like a mafia family.
Yep.
Some teams are like, we don't
the
want...
Nuggets hire people from the media.
We don't want anyone to know what we're doing. But then there's other people, we'll say Daryl Morey, for example, who he just loves to try to manipulate the story and get in people's heads and this or that. And sometimes...
He'll DM you on Twitter.
Sometimes it's the best way to send out a signal of, we're trying to do this. So anybody that was afraid to call, like, you didn't know that we were in it, I just want you guys to know that Michael Porter is a guy we have advanced talks about moving. And I just, honestly, that's why I put Conspiracy Corner, because I don't know. I honestly don't know what the right answer is. All I know is that report doesn't get out unless it's meant to be out.
If we're doing like tinfoil conspiracy,
sure,
that's exactly what we're doing.
Can I just do it?
Yeah,
can I just do it?
Yeah.
He used to work with Mike Singer, right?
That's what I said. Well, it's really loud in here, so you can't hear it. That's the point. Yeah.
No. But did you say that part?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, dude.
Yeah. It's loud in here, so you just missed it. But yeah.
I will say, though, I hate this being out there if I'm the Nuggets and
Why?
if I'm Michael Porter.
Yeah. For a player, and I'm sure Michael Malone as well.
And, like, me personally...
Michael Malone very close to Sam Amick as well, though, I should say. Sacramento, they know each other very, very well. When Sam comes into town, they're connected. So, it can even be... I mean, look, wonderful conspiracy. Could Michael Malone be trying to get a Michael Porter trade?
I know Torrey Craig is on the Bulls. I wasn't thinking and going that far, okay? I was not going to go that far. But, like, if I'm trying to win right now, and I'm in that locker room, I hate that that's getting out.
Yeah,
that's diminishing, like, our vibe as a team.
It is the texture of the team, or of the game, of the situation.
If you haven't checked the score, Zach LaVine right now is having a trade me game against the Celtics.
Oh no,
they're up 6 with 4 minutes to go.
This is hey guys, trade for me right now.
Or is it over? It might have ended actually. Oh yeah, it ended. They won. They beat the Celtics 117-108. LaVine,
trade me.
36 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 11 of 19. Dev.
They are making sure that they are are going to say everything tonight. Hey, everybody needs to be here. If Denver doesn't want to make a move, somebody should make a move.
Yeah.
He's healthy. He's never looked this good.
I heard
His
Chicago's
body is
interested
good.
in Jordan Poole.
They're going to
I
be
heard.
talking. They're going to be talking about everything, and then also it's the team. He's doing this against like the best team right now. You know what I mean? So this would be easy. And now you're going to just start making up rumors about how good he is in the locker room. You have to pitch him in this one. I personally am not a Zach LaVine person.
Yeah.
Like I do not want to go nowhere near him. But good for Zach LaVine. Get out of there.
I mean, in theory, if you do that trade, I know you guys talked about this yesterday, but if you do that trade, it's like Murray and LaVine and probably P-Watt, right? Like then it's not going to be Christian at 3, and then scenario you would probably elevate P-Watt to your small forward.
Oh, I think it'd be Christian.
You would move Christian to there?
I
Why?
think so.
He's not a small forward. I mean, his whole advantage is that he's a big guard.
I don't know. We got a lot of time to talk about that.
Yeah, well, maybe not. I don't know. Zach LaVine might be on the phone right now. Check Sam Amick's Twitter feed and see what's going on.
Come on.
My guy. Great reporter, by the way. I hope nobody thinks we're taking shots at any of these people like
Good
this. I'm
reporter.
just
Good
saying,
reporter.
reports like that usually are deliberately out there for a reason, especially when they come from people that aren't your typical newsbreakers. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use that code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get 200 in bonus bets and a code to get the first 2 months of Altitude Plus, courtesy of Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, let's make some money, man.
Let's make some money. So the Nuggets, as you all know, against the Portland Trailblazers, come in as heavy favorites. Nuggets are 8.5-point favorites. I'll take it. That is a big line, but I really I don't think that Portland's good. I know we could keep going back to the Wizards game, but Denver seems to be in a better spot than they were at that time, and just they seem to want it a bit more.
I agree.
This is where a game that you can try to get out to an early lead, which we have not seen this Nuggets team do in a while. So, this should be a blowout. I expect them to have a good game. I'm going to go with over 8.5. So, Nuggets minus 8.5. For the over-under of 235, I'm going to go under 235. There should be some defense on the Nuggets side. Like, you shouldn't try to get into a track meet with Portland. Like, at one point, you have to show your defense, and Portland does not have the type of guys that should be scoring on you every single time. I do think Denver can score, but not enough to cover the 235, so I'm going to go under. For Portland side of thing, listen, I haven't seen a highlight from Portland all year.
That's a good point.
Like, all year.
Yeah.
I don't know who does well for them.
Not a single one, brother.
None. When was the last time you seen a Portland highlight?
Not one.
It's actually like a really good point. Shane Sharp, I think, had a crazy dunk, I think.
I don't know.
CJ
one.
McCollum shot in Game 7 against the Nuggets.
So I'm just gonna go off of narrative if that's the
Brandon Roy. I
case.
remember Brandon
I'm
Roy
gonna
had
go
a
with Jeremy Grant over 16.5 points.
His old team.
His old team. I expect him to just try to
He's
just
on the trade
shoot
block.
the ball. He should be on the trade block, and everybody should be playing well over there to try to get out of Portland. So this is a good spot for him to try to score. 16.5 points. I like that. I hope that AG takes that matchup personal as well. But I like it. I also go over on Advia. He's good. Points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to go 20.5.
You like
for him.
Advia?
I do like
I'm
Advia.
surprised.
I do.
Israeli Serbian.
He's good.
Right?
He needs to get out of here for sure.
Whatever.
For the Nuggets, I saw something last game that I haven't seen it in a long time, and I'm believing it. A Nuggets player made over 2.5 3-pointers.
Let's go.
It was wild to see. I think it's going to happen again. I'm going to go over 2.5 3-pointers for Jamal Murray.
Oh, I love that. Let's do this.
He's hunting for the threes right now too.
Good.
His step backs and things that was beautiful. That was beautiful. So I really think that he's going to get the over 2.5 3-pointers. And it's at plus money. I know what you're thinking, and it's that I gave up on Michael Porter Jr. 3-pointers. Maybe. But I still think that he's a bucket. I
a
still
great
think that he's
fake.
grabbing rebounds right now. And he's also a passer. I'm going to go over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Michael Porter Jr.
All right.
There's noise. There's noise there right now. How do you handle the noise? Well, Michael Porter Jr. has been doing that. especially as of late. Like, he just plays his game and he does the right thing and he says the right things. And I mean, there's no moment too big for him right now. So I think that he has a good game. I'm going to go over 1.5 assists for him as well.
The assists are down to 1.5?
1.5.
What?
I like it. Also,
Minus 170 though.
it's my fun bet. You put this on as a juicer. It's my fun bet. Like, besides the triple-double, this is the one that I go with. I'm going to go with the rebounding bet. I like Aaron Gordon over 5.5 rebounds.
All right.
He was a beast last game. He had 5 rebounds in the first quarter last
That's
game.
right. I remember that.
I'm not expecting him to do that again, but I do think that he's going to find his footing here on rebounds, and he's playing a little bit more aggressive, so I'm going to go over. In these kind of games, and what we've been seeing from Jokic lately, I think that he's playing comfortable and he's okay with not having to put the pedal to the metal. He's just a chill guy. Doesn't have to go God mode. So against Portland, he's not going to have to. I'm going to go over 8.5 assists. Over 8.5 assists for him.
I think that's a good bet.
I like it. They have his points at 29.5. That's a lot of points for him against a team that I don't know how in it he's going to be. I wouldn't tell you guys to bet the under, but you probably should. Let's go with the assist because I know that'll happen. For our defensive bet, let's go over 2.5 stocks for Jokic.
Oh, that's a great bet.
I think it's going to be steals.
Young rookie center, it's Klingen.
Scoot Henderson. There's just people over there that'll give him the ball. Sharp will probably try to dunk on him at some point. He'll probably block it. Like, there's just a lot. Right. And for our lock, listen, Jamal made a shot. He made a shot. He's almost there, and I'm one game away from saying what everybody's thinking. He's almost returned.
One game?
I'm one game away from it.
Good God.
If he has a good game tonight, I'm right there, man. I'm right there.
Wait, you haven't said it yet?
I haven't said it. I can't say it.
How can you say it? I mean, come on.
I'm going to go over 19
would
and a
ever
half
say
points for him. It's the points for him. He's going to get it.
19.5 is so low, man. Don't you think?
It's low.
It's 20
low.
points. It's 20 points.
Yeah, so I think that's what he's going to go with, and I like the over there.
All right.
Triple-double. No yoke triple-double, huh? Because tonight feels a little triple-double-y.
It does feel triple.
Oh, yeah.
He has 8.5 assists. You might as well get it at, let's get a triple-double in there.
I'm throwing a
just throw
triple-double.
that
I'm
in there.
sprinkling a little triple-double on there, man. You guys have a feeling? You guys got anything that you kind of think is going to happen tonight?
I think the Nuggets are BACK, so I'm taking a win tonight.
Yeah, Nuggets roll.
And I would take the spread, too.
8.5.
Yeah.
Nuggets roll. Nuggets
There you
roll.
go. All right, what super chats do we have here?
Druid Trading. Scouting Levine versus Celtics. He looks good.
It's a good scout, man.
Thank you for doing the scout for us.
Staff,
yeah,
man.
got our scout.
Can you write up that? Can you write a report on that?
The
That sounds
notes
good.
are, he looks good.
I want you guys to know if Mike goes 6 of 16 tonight, I'm not doing the show. Hashtag show up and take my money. No Kale, DNVR, keep MPJ. We don't want Zach.
Yeah, Kale.
Yeah, Kale.
Kale, no.
Kale, what
Don't trade MPJ,
Kale, what the
Kale.
hell,
No,
dude?
Kale.
I actually have thought Kale was doing a particularly good job today. The boy's dad.
Oh, on the second day of Yokemas.
On the second day of Yokemas, tonight's Christmas gift will be.
Dang it, I forgot our second
We'll bring
day.
it back for the postgame.
DK says, remember, fellas, NBA ratings are down. As long as DNVR Nuggets ratings are solid, I don't give a flying fuck. All right, guys, enjoy the game. We'll see you in the Toyota Lounge.
We all silly like the mayor.